What is up, guys? Welcome to a new game called Railroader. This game is another Steam train game. I've already played through the tutorial, and it is a bucket of fun from what I've experienced so far. I just completed the tutorial last night. It took me almost 3 hours to do so. It's like 2.7 hours according to Steam. So it's not a quick tutorial by any means. And as you can see down here, if you are familiar with this game at all, the tutorial locomotive that we need to rescue is down here. That's because I started a new game, and with the initials EVIL, and that stands for the East Valley Iron Line. And I believe if we come over here to the tender, we'll see it there, East Valley Iron Line. Evil. Short. So, in this video, we're going to be going through the tutorial really quick, and I'm actually going to open it up. I believe it's this one, yes. I'm not really going to read through any of that, and I'm going to be closing it quite often, because a lot of it, like I said, I've already done, and I just want to kind of get going here. So, I believe the first thing we need to do, though, we'll kind of look at this, is this is the job briefing here. We're going to get familiar with the engine and take on some coal and water. We're going to rescue that derailed locomotive that is over here that was caught in the flood. We're going to order more coal and take the hopper to the interchange. I'll explain what that is in a second. We're going to run a passenger train to Whittier and Ella. That's just to the west of here. And we're going to set up our first freight contracts with our customers. So the first thing that we're going to do, though, is jump in number 3 here. This, of course, is a Mogul. It's a 260. And take a look. So we just climb right on up. And that, I'm not seeing it being captured on OBS. I'm going to turn down preferences, sound. Turn down that dynamo just a little bit because that thing is screaming loud in my headphones. So, all right, we got that turned down. We can go ahead and just take a seat. We just basically plop down here. And I'm going to use the scroll wheel to zoom out just a little bit. We'll open up that window. We can lean out. And lean out and then turn around. We're still leaned out the correct way. And we can run this locomotive completely from inside the cab here. We have our cylinder levers down here, our cylinder cock. We have our Johnson bar, our reverser. We have our train brake. We have our independent brake. This is kind of interesting, too, because it actually has a bail-off, which indicates that there might be automatic train brakes, but I have not seen them work in automatic mode yet. And, of course, here's our throttle or our regulator. And I'm not sure if these gauges actually are functional. I could be wrong. We do have our whistle. Kind of like that way that sounds. I haven't played with that at all. And of course we have our bell over here. We can open that window. The rope here for the bell doesn't seem to be working. So, but it does work if we push the B key on the keyboard. But before we do that, we're going to push number 2, and we're going to do Shift 2, and that'll bring us to the outside view. We can see our locomotive here. We'll push B. That start, push B. Oh, I got to control click, select, and follow. And this box down here kind of shows what we are driving at the moment, what we can control with the HUD down here that you just saw appear. And let's see, there's our equipment and our cell value and stuff, our operations, our train crew. Apparently we can automate some of this. So that's an aspect of this game I haven't played with yet, is the automation portion of it. So now if we push B, and of course when you push B again, the bell actually stops. So again, that bell was really loud in my ears, so we're going to turn that down too. All right. So from this view, of course, we can go reverser forward. And the reverser actually is dynamic as far as when you pull it back, you'll increase in speed. and we'll explore a little bit of that as well. Our brakes are off. Let's give it a little bit of throttle. We should start moving forward. Okay, and our switches are all green and normal, which means we're going to be coming out here onto the main line. We'll give it just a little bit more throttle here. All right, we're going to come up here to the water spigot. And we're going to go. So this works even if you start dragging it. It'll start applying the brakes. It's not like when you let go in other games. That's when the setting takes effect. So we're just going to get this lined up with this tower here, and then we'll go full brake right about there. Right. Push 1 on the keypad, holding down the right mouse button so I can look around. We'll climb up here, jump, and open the hatch. Look up to here, click, and it should start putting water in there for us. Go. And that should shut off automatically. All right, and it just automatically shut off. We can click to move that out of the way, click to close the hatch. Now, as far as I'm aware, there is no fireman duties on this game yet. I don't know if that's coming. We can open the hatch and we can see our fire in there, but we can't like start shoveling coal or anything. It's automatically fed. All of our fireman duties, our water management, everything is handled by the computer. So we'll close that and we'll climb back up into our chair here. We don't need to be in our chair. Push shift number 2. We're going to go brake off and give it just a little bit. We're going to line up with this coal tower right here. You notice that the camera's not following, and that's fine. We just have to set it to follow, and I can do that with a keyboard shortcut. We're going to go ahead and stop right there. And we're going to click this down. So I can do that by pushing the O key. When I push the, or not the O key, but the 0 key. When I do that, now we're following this locomotive, or whatever we have selected. You also notice these 2 little red marks down here, and that's our train brake, or our independent brake, our locomotive brakes are set. We can lower this down as we can. Yeah, they turn color. White is off, yellow is applied, and of course full is red. And you can hear that air compressor pumping. Super cool. Okay, so we got a little bit of coal. The coal comes out of this coal hopper directly. So now we need to go hook up to this guy and put him into the shed. So in order to do that, we're actually going to go into the cab. We're going to drive from the cab view here. Open that door so I can see a little better. And we're going to go and turn the cylinder cocks off, or on rather. Our reverse is already forward, so we're just going to give it a little bit of throttle. And we'll come up to our first switch here. I believe we're going to be flipping this one right here after we get past it. Push the 2 key. Just flip that switch just like that. You can see the points move. You also notice too that this is a standard gauge. This is not a narrow gauge rail line. A little bit of a departure from the normal, I believe. Push 1, we'll go back into the cab view here, and we will turn our drain cocks back on. We'll go reverser all the way back. Brakes off. Do a little bit of regulator. Hang our head out the window and take a look back. Of course, I can also control everything from right here. And I know that we're coming close to that derailed locomotive in just a second. I want to get pretty close to it here. We'll go ahead and full brake right there. And let's just set the reverser to neutral. Hop on out and run back to this locomotive, and we're going to re-rail it. And the way we do that is we come up to it, we hold Shift and R, tap it a few times, get those wheels back on the rail, and we have to do the same thing to the tender. Gotta move a little bit close to it, I think. Go. Get up on the rail, perfect, just like that. And now we actually have knuckle couplers on everything. So all we need to do is back up into it. There's no links and pins to set, which is super nice and convenient. So yeah, it's pretty easy as far as that goes. We'll get back on our chair. We don't actually, you know what? I'm going to demonstrate this. Since we have that locomotive selected, we can actually stand right here and control the locomotive. So we'll go reverser off, release the brakes, and back up a little bit of throttle. Keep coming back. We don't want to exceed about 5 miles an hour when we're coupling to cars or other things. Perfect. All right, we'll go full brake. Okay, now as you can see, we now are coupled up, so we have more wheels here to look at. And we can hook up the air, but there's really no need to hook up the air for this. So let's just climb back up in here, keep our little guy. Oh, let's take a look at our guy, see what he looks like really quick. There he is. You can customize him a little bit, not a lot. You can like change his hat, change his glasses, skin tone, I believe, and that's about it. So, all right, we'll just climb back up into the cab. Oop, climb back up into the cab. There we go. Sit down and Shift 2. Okay, so now we are hooked up to this derelict, cold and dead, needs to be rebuilt locomotive. So we'll go reverser forward, brake off. Now I'm going to give it full throttle right off the hop, and something that's kind of not realistic with this game is going to happen, and that is we're not going to get wheel slip. As you saw right there, that should have spun those wheels, especially just starting off like that with a load, and it didn't do that. There is no wheel slip, as far as I can tell, modeled in this game right now. As far as I know, there's no way to turn off the cylinder cocks either from the HUD or keyboard shortcut. Chuffing down a little bit of a hill here. Get a little more regulator, climb the hill. We'll get up on the main. The chuffing like that kind of sounds like a machine gun. It does get a little better as we get faster. Flip that switch back. Or reverser forward. I'm going to go hop into the cab view, turn off those cylinder cocks. There we go. Get that air compressor running. Reverser's back, brake off. There, you just heard the chuffing kind of change. Now right there too, when the chuffing changed, I could have started pulling back that reverser towards the neutral position to gain a little more speed. We were being a little restricted by the reverser. That's alright. Okay, so we're going to back this locomotive into the shed here. There we go. A little bit further back than I really wanted, but it'll work. Come back here and we'll just click. That opens up that coupler. Here and take a seat. Now we're just going to drive forward a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so now we have to hire a mechanic or something like that to come actually work on this. And honestly, I don't remember how to do that. So we're going to go so all these pages that I'm tabbing through here really quick is everything we've already covered so far. The brakes, the throttle reverser, everything. I've read every word of every single one of these. So we got some shortcuts that I do use quite a bit. Getting fuel. The map. Let's take a look at the map. This is the map now. And you can kind of see it right here. These white lines coming off, that's my field of view. That's how I'm looking right now. So as I turn, you can see that's where my little guy is. That's what we're seeing right now. And we have a little symbol right here for water. And these are speed restrictions. So 25. We have a station here. That's Whittier. And we have our other one, Ella, which is where we'll be taking some passengers in just a little bit. So that's the map. You can have some other controls there too, with jumping around the map and stuff. We're going to take it to the shed. Now that we need to hire a shop worker to get it repaired. Okay, perfect. Open the company window with I, or we just push I, and we come to locations. We want the East Whittier Engine Service, I believe, and we need the repair track. So we need to hire the shop crew. He's $15 a day, and we have $5,000, and we can take out a loan, that sort of thing. So, all right. So now that we've hired somebody, he'll start at midnight tonight. He'll start working. It should take him, let's see, what was that? There was a way, see how long it was going to take for him to start working, or for to have him finish it. Oh, time to complete 1 day, 4 hours right there. So perfect. And let's see. What else? We have to do the way bills and interchanges. So that is the way bills is like the contracts and that sort of thing. And our interchange is we're going to come out here and we're going to go into third person view. You can zoom around the map and change things. This is our interchange. This is where we have to bring like our coal car, which I believe we have to do first. And this is where we'll get contracts and we can bring other trains here to be taken by the Class 1 Railroad, which I believe is over there somewhere. And they come in here and pick up and drop off stuff for us. So, let's go back to where we were standing. Run pretty quick, if you can tell. So let's go back into the tutorial. Fuel service. So we need to order some coal. We'll do that. And this is how we do it. So open the inspector for the hopper car with the control click. Okay, we need to go hook up to it first. In order to do that, we need to switch, I believe, that track. We're going to hook them to him. Get back on our locomotive. Climb up. Okay, we'll do this view. Go forward, brake off, give it a little bit of regulator. Follow. Oh, I should be using bells and whistles as well. I'm pretty bad about that. I do like to say that I'm all about realism and stuff, and I am. But I'm pretty excited about this game, and I just completely forget those sort of things. I'll start doing that here. Okay, slow way down. There we go. Probably not that much. Capture. Alright. I'm going to hold the V key. This is something that's pretty cool about this game. I'm going to push and hold the V key, and now watch my mouse. I'm just going to pull it down. Or I can push and hold the H key. That's low. Shift H is high. I'm not in love with that whistle, but, you know, it's not horrible. I've heard a lot worse. So, we'll just go with that for now. Alright, so we can't, unfortunately, walk through this door. I would like to, and just walk down the side of the locomotive there. You have to actually get out this way and use this ladder here. So we come in here, and we have to hook this up. We just click on the glad hands there. And we have to turn these valves. But there's another way we can do that. If we just hold the shift key and click, it automatically turns the valves for us on both ends. There's another valve right here. So you'll hear also the air escaping if the other end actually open. And we have to make sure that our handbrake is turned off. And you can see where it says apply. So now the handbrake is on, and we actually want to have it released. Now also holding shift and clicking will bring up the inspection window, or whatever they call this window. And you can apply and release the handbrakes from here. We can also bleed the air from the brake lines as well. And got a bunch of other things we can do in here. Alright, so we need to take this. Well, before I get too excited about it, let's open up the tutorial. Okay, yeah, so we're going to open this hopper with the control on the inspector for the control click. And we're going to operations, load to East Whittier coal loader, and empties to East Whittier interchange. Go. So that we just told the railroad, the Class 1 railroad, to come pick this thing up and fill it full of coal and bring it back to us. And that should take a day, I believe. Climb back up in the cab. Take our seat. Shift 2. Okay, as if I push 0, now it wants to go to this one. So I'm going to click this one. We're going to select it. We can just hit follow there. There we go. Perfect. So now when I push... Oh, okay. Well, apparently not. Let's see here. Select this one. Select. Interesting. Okay. We're just going to do... release the brakes. Go reverse. Give it a bunch of regulator. Now we're going to go forward. Give it a bunch regulator. We're going to push it up on the main line here. Oh, I didn't whistle. I'm not ringing the bell. It's enough bell. Alright, we'll come to a stop. Flip that switch. Now we're going to back up quite far. We got to go all the way back here. We're going to put it probably in this lane way back here. So we're going to go reverser, reverse, break off. I'm going to give it all the beans. Watch my speed as I decrease the amount of reverser. I speed up. Uh-oh. Okay, good. It left me. There we go. I want to come to a stop. As soon as I click the switch stand, I stop following it. So I am still learning about this game too, guys. So cut me a little bit of slack. We'll bring that back to neutral. We'll go ahead and hop out. Oh, we gotta whistle that we're parking brake is set. Now we can get out and go unhook. This is pretty cool. I like this part here. So we can just turn these ankle cocks off. Again, we can just shift click that. But if we leave the glad hands actually connected, take a seat. We're going to come right down in here tight. All right, watch this. I'm going to go break off, reverse, and give it just a little bit of a regulator. We're going to uncouple. And just like in real life. That's super cool. Alright, so now we need to actually back up way down there, go forward, and hook up to this guy here. But I'm going to go ahead and come to a stop. I've been recording now for almost exactly a half hour. And I think that's going to be it for part 1 of Railroader, the tutorial, as we accelerate through it as the East Valley Iron Line. The interesting thing about this tutorial that I did discover after completing it is that's actually the beginning of your game. So we have to get through all this to learn how to play the game, and then it just kind of lets you go. These tiles, they just stop after many of these tiles onward. It just kind of lets you go. And you can, of course, bring this up at any time. So another thing about this, really quick, if you're playing it and you don't know, you also have some keyboard shortcuts. The plus and minus key right next to the backspace key, that is your regulator. See it moving on its own down there. The next couple down, they got the open and close brackets. That is your reverser. The next couple down, which is your colon, semicolon, and your quotes. That is your train brake. See it moving there. And of course, the period key and the question mark key is your independent brake. Well, it should be your independent brake. Did I get that wrong? Oh, there we go. It's actually your comma key and your period key. That is your independent brake controls. So without doing anything with my mouse, I let go of my mouse 100%. I'm going to go reverse, actually, and give it a little bit of regulator, and you can see we start moving. There we go. All right, if you would like to see part 2 of this tutorial and actually start running some trains and playing this game for real, please hit that thumbs up key. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.